Okay, let's go. We're ready.
This is Sandcast, beach volleyball with Bourne and Travis Mewhirter. We are back in our Bourne on the Beach studios for the first time in like a month and a half.
Oof,
it's been a minute. And we've got the Beachvolley Vikings here in the house. We got Christian Storm and Anders Mole. How we doing, boys?
Great.
Very good.
It's an honor to be here.
Yes.
It's an honor to have you on the podcast. And you've had quite the extended stay here in America. So you came for Hawaii, and you've been here since, and you'll be staying out through Vegas. So how's the U.S. been treating you?
U.S. been treating us very good. It's always good to be in the U.S., and especially the California part. It's beach volleyball everywhere, and we like beach volleyball, so it's a perfect match. Yeah.
Hawaii, Northern California, San Francisco, and then Southern California, and then Vegas. I don't think...
Tough trip.
Doesn't sound too...
Trip, but we have had a lot of fun. We have been exploring, and we have also had time to have a little vacation, see Yosemite, and also not only play beach volleyball. So it's been a great month.
And when's the last time you were home?
We left home 5th
of
September.
Okay.
So do you guys have like families and everything, staying in touch with them? Are they worried that you're coming back?
Not much. Just
No.
my mom calls sometimes. That's good.
Yeah.
Can hear her voice. Yeah.
Anders is smart. He brings his brother along everywhere he goes. His security guard, Hendrik Mole, is here with us as well.
Yeah, I do a lot of stuff for these guys. Security guard is one of them.
Yeah.
Water boy, filling up these bad boys. Coach, videographer. We got a camera over here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they need, I'm here for. And I used to study in the U.S., so it's nice to see people again for me.
Yeah, it was fun seeing you back in Hawaii, back in your element. Yeah. You went to the University of Hawaii and played there. I like hearing your pigeon slang. You getting it down? Not bad for a guy from Norway.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm a little better than these guys. Whenever I talk to my Hawaiian friends, like they're left out of it.
Yeah,
which is funny. I'm not gonna talk my pigeon up too much, but I've heard a lot of it.
I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah.
I've heard a little bit, but yeah, I'm impressed so far.
If you need to brush up, Try has a book down there. It's like Pigeon for Dummies.
Yeah, we got one.
Pigeon
And you're also Christian's translator every once in a while here.
If he needs help, which he might do, it's been a lot better since he's been in the US now for a while. But if he needs help, then
he's always there for me. Yeah. Everywhere. It's helping me.
Oh, perfect. Everyone needs a little help.
Yeah, especially with the Instagram captions.
Yeah, that's shout out to Hendrik Mole.
And Hendrik doesn't have a mic right now, so you can tell that he's on the. He's sharing.
A little on, a little off.
A little on and off, but he's got a really strong voice, so
We'll be fine.
all good.
And I like that you've been here for a while, but when we talked in San Jose, I like that you guys said like part of your job was that you get to see the world. So you just saw Yosemite, and I'm sure you saw like a fair amount of Hawaii. I know you went on a hike, I think, with Melissa and some of the Canadians too. So like, what has been some of your, I don't want to say like favorite because you guys have been all over the world since January, but some of the more memorable things that you've seen?
For sure, I think Hawaii is for sure special, and I wish we had more days off that we can do more hikes and see more places, because Hendrik lived there for 4 years and he told us it's amazing, and we wanted to see more of the great places, but we only had 1 day off, and
we got to see a lot of great places on that one day as well.
It was a busy day.
We got to explore the island, and it was beautiful, and it was a good time there. And but yeah, we wish we had more time in Hawaii for sure.
Well, hopefully it goes back next year.
Hopefully we cross our
And you
fingers.
guys got to lose earlier, so you have more time.
That's true.
More time to.
We lost earlier this time too. I was stoked.
Henrik was cheering against you guys.
I was out for like 2 minutes, and I was like, yes, let's go for a hike. Yeah.
Very nice.
And I know it's been such a long year because we started with The Hague, and then you had Fort Lauderdale, and it's just been one tournament after the next for you guys. So like just mentally, how much does it help to take those little breaks to just see the world and sort of step off of a volleyball court? Because you don't lose early often.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was a pretty rare instance in Hawaii that like you got to take a break and not be busy on a Saturday and a Sunday.
Yeah.
So how much does it help just like mentally being able to like stay in it and like stoked to see different places? Because traveling can be a lot.
Yeah, I think that's really important for us to just get our minds off volleyball for a little while, and because there is so much volleyball also in our family, we talk volleyball all the time. So it's really good to just get some days off when we are not playing, and we always try to go together and explore places. When we were in Poland in Warsaw, when we lost, we went to Beyonce and Jay-Z concert.
Wow.
That was cool, and that's something you don't usually do, but we always try to explore the places we go around, and I think that's really important to keep our minds fresh and not always think about volleyball.
But sometimes it's hard also because you're tired after the tournament and you're losing, you're sad, and you just want to be in a room. But
especially Kristen.
I'm talking about myself, but I think it's a good thing that we try to do something the days we have off, and to see the places and do something cool with like a concert or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember playing in Norway actually in Stavanger, and a few of the teams that lost early got to go up to the fjords and like go up to like some crazy high cliff and looking out over, and I was pretty jealous. I definitely would rather be winning.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say.
I think they were jealous at you.
You have to like try to ignore that kind of stuff when you're winning, and then you lose, and you're like, all right, at least make the most of this trip and go out. But yeah, I would have thought that maybe you guys didn't get to see much this year with all the winning you did.
Yeah, in the last part of the season, there wasn't much time for anything else than playing volleyball, because it went so fast, and we went from the one tournament to the other, and that was also hard to because we had never been winning so many tournaments in a row, and that was a new thing for us this year. Right. But we handled it pretty well, I think.
Oh, obviously, yeah. Well, you're currently number one team in the world, so that's I think you handled it pretty well. Let's backtrack all the way back to like when you guys were kids. Like, I mean, you basically were kids when you came on tour.
Yeah.
You arguably still are kids, right? 2021. Or sorry, 21, 23. What are the ages?
21 and 22.
21, 22. Okay.
Yeah.
What was the your guys' original introduction to volleyball? I know the Mole family is a big volleyball family, right? How about your family, Christian?
My family also played volleyball.
Okay.
My parents met at a volleyball court actually. Yeah. So they just played for fun, and I got introduced that way. And also when they played, I just played with them after they would finished, and it got more and more serious. My sport was football or soccer. It's kind of big in Norway, and so that was the thing I want to do professional. And but after the years, I think I thought volleyball was more and more fun, and I had to choose at one point, and then I chose volleyball. And then I went to this high school, ToppVolley Norway, where we met this guy, and we practiced together 2 times a day, combined with school. It was a border school, so it was like for boarding school. For us volleyball players in Norway, that's the greatest place to be.
So everyone that went to this school was a volleyball player. And this is high school only, or before that even?
High school. So you're 15 to between 15 and 18 years.
Wow. And all 3 of you went there? Hendrik
all 3 went there
as well?
Yeah.
Dang.
So
you guys definitely had a head start on everybody else in that way. That's pretty cool. What is it like going to a school like that, with like the mix of volleyball? Do you like one of your classes is like volleyball in the morning, or is it like at the end of the day like a normal school?
Well, I work there right now, so I'm gonna.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm gonna speak for.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah. So there's no volleyball classes. There's no like volleyball educational classes.
You don't go from like math to volleyball to science to volleyball?
No, it's just regular subjects like Norwegian, English, math, second language, and then electives, whatever they are. So you do stuff like that in the middle of the day. Before you go to school, you have a workout. Usually starts at 7 till 9 or something. Then you go to school. You stay at school all day until 3, and then at 3 you have another session. And after that's done, dinner served at the cafe that's on campus. So everything's real close.
Wow.
And when you're done with that, you got the day off. You can do whatever. You can socialize with the other kids that's going there. You can go lift some weights, and then preferably do homework. There's a lot of homework in the Norwegian school system.
Oh, really?
So
you guys live there, right? It's boarding.
Yeah, it's a boarding school, so you stay there alongside 70 other students, both boys and girls.
Wow.
And the coaches live there on the campus as well. And
you're a coach right now?
Yeah, when I'm at home, that's what I do. I coach there a little bit because our uncle, Jetmund Bernsen, he works there full time, but he can't be there all the time. So when he's not there, I take over.
Okay.
So that's how it works.
Huh.
So right now, our mother is actually working there, and our younger sibling, he is a first grader at that school. So.
Oh, really? There's another one.
Yeah,
but he's far behind.
There's more.
How many more are there?
There's 3 more of us, so we're 5 siblings.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what are the ages? Anyone we have to worry about?
16, 13, and 12.
Yeah.
So we have Marcus. He's number 3. He's a left-hander. He's going to be a good ball.
He's going to be taller than both of us. So.
Yeah, he's going to be taller, but he's definitely weaker than us. He still has a lot of muscles to gain.
What did you bench in first grade?
Bench a lot in first grade. No, I was super skinny too, so look after Marcus. But they're all super into volleyball, and they want to become good volleyball players as well. So it's going to be exciting to see how they're going to be in the future.
Yeah, definitely. And then your father as well kind of started the volleyball for your family, right?
Yeah, he's our coach. But we like our mom, she played in the Olympics in Atlanta in 1996.
Oh wow!
So she was kind of the biggest volleyball player in our family. But then our dad did more the coaching. He also played a lot. He played like 100 games for the indoor national team in Norway. So he's also a really good volleyball player. But that's also how we got into the sport, and we kind of grew up with it, and we love it from the very first day. And now we're living the dream.
Yeah, definitely. I wish I knew that story when I went and played you and Christian in Klagenfurt. Me and Hayden got the draw, and we're like, oh, perfect. These 19 and 20-year-old Norwegian kids. Norway hasn't been known for being all that good. And you guys have had a few good teams.
Yeah, back in the day.
Not to your caliber right now that I know of. But yeah, we drew you guys to go to the quarterfinals and ended up losing. That kind of sucked.
Yeah, I remember that game really well.
Damn it.
Had a net roll. I had 2 aces to finish the first set there. And
yeah, you couldn't do anything wrong.
Pissed. He was like, "Come on, who are these kids?"
I was a little aggro. Definitely pissed.
No, that was our first tournament together.
That was the breakthrough.
Yeah, and we had never played together before that tournament, and we had like 2 or 3 practices prior to Klagenfurt, and we won the 2 games in the qualification. We won our pool, and we went on to the round 3 and lost against Canada 15-13.
Oh yeah.
So that was a huge tournament and a huge big breakthrough for us, and now everything has happened after, and it's kind of.
I'm glad it could be a stepping stone. That helped.
I'm curious about this school. So was it indoor, beach, or was it a mix of both? Because I'm wondering like where beach would have come in to the picture, because Norway is not like it's not 85 degrees in October.
No. Exactly. No, it's a mix of both.
Okay.
And that was the reason I started, because it was only indoor the years before, but then they build indoor
beach volleyball facility.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
three courts and heated sand, and
it's a really good one. The roof is really high. The roof is like 50 feet.
Yeah, so you can play international games there. And
heated sand.
There's going to be an international tournament there too.
Yeah, there's going to be a World Tour 1-star there this in February. Yeah, we didn't know about this.
Yeah, we didn't until this morning.
Oh wow, yeah. Sweet. I mean, 1 star. That's a start.
That's a
Yeah, it's a
start.
start.
Yeah.
But it's really important for the students there to so they can see the level and so they can get inspired.
Right.
For us, that was really important to have a tournament back in Norway with the Stavanger Grand Slam.
Right.
Maybe we can talk about that later. But
And I have a feeling that you guys were both exceptional indoor players in your own rights too. What made you want to take the beach route over indoors?
I always liked beach more because you're always touching the ball and you're always a bigger part of the game, I think. And you have
They
to.
didn't share the ball with you indoors. Come on, set me, guys.
And so I think that's the main reason that I liked. And also you have to have all the skills. You have to do defense, digging, setting, and you have to have all the skills.
yeah, and you gotta be strong mentally as well. You don't have a coach. You can't be subbed. So you have to like stay in it yourself, and that's also a really cool thing about beach volleyball. It's more I don't know.
Well-rounded.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I felt the same way coming from indoors. I felt like I wasn't utilizing all my skills. Like, you're supposed to be specialized in indoor, and I wasn't like the big hitter. So basically I was just like the 0-2 who's covering, passing, not getting set that much, and I wanted a little spotlight.
Yeah.
So I could come out to the beach. Now my partner has
Who
to
doesn't
set
want
me.
that?
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I actually played 1 year professionally in Belgium after graduating from ToppVolley Norway, and I got to try that lifestyle as well, to play professionally indoor, and I liked it. It was a lot of fun, and we had a really good coach. I played at Noliko Mosaic, a really well-known team in Belgium.
League.
Champions League.
Oh wow.
Yeah, team. So had a great time there. Learned a lot, but just didn't feel that this was the right for me. And I saw Kristen and Matthias traveling around the world and playing
Sending
the best.
selfies, Snapchats every day of the beach in Brazil.
They were having way
I
too
was
much fun.
super jealous, so I wanted to do the same. So I jumped on that train the next year and started playing with Christian and Matthias. Last year was kind of like we were rotating the three of us because Hendrik was not there. He was injured.
Do you think the at least playing under that pressure, it's a different pressure when you're playing indoors, you know, you're representing a club, they're paying you, you're under contract. You think that the playing under those kind of pressures and in front of pretty big crowds as well, I'm sure if it was Champions League, you think those pressures help prepare you for the beach?
Definitely. I was fortunate to be able to play for the youth national team in under 20 beach volleyball European Championships.
So you got to do both.
So I got to do that before I went to Belgium as well. So I was kind of prepared for the pressure there. But I think we learned a lot from the youth European Championships and also the youth World Championships.
Yeah.
You have like a silver there, so that definitely helped us a lot and made us stronger mentally because it's you feel small when you play in front of these small crowds and you have to like be used to it.
Right.
So I think that actually helped me a lot.
You got to play up to the big crowds and then you got to psych yourself up when there's a small crowd. Yeah. I was going to say, because, I mean, shoot, to come out when you're as young as you guys are and be ready to compete on this level is kind of unheard of because beach is an experienced sport and I think you have to see the game flow and experience the feel for the kinds of big hitters and power game and veterans with their shots and the way they can move the ball around. But you guys kind of came out and were fairly ready. Obviously, you've been training beach volleyball since you were younger because the ToppVolley, that's what it's called? ToppVolley school. But what else do you think you guys did before, let's say, that breakthrough match when you beat me in Hyden?
That's the breakthrough.
What do you think were like the big things that you guys did growing up that kind of prepared you to compete almost right away on the world tour? It took 2 seasons to get to number 1 in the world where you guys are at, but you're obviously competing right away. Klagenfurt was probably one of the biggest tournaments in the world at that point. So what do you think was kind of a big factor? Was it like you guys just watched a lot or studied it, or maybe you guys had great practice? I mean, you got your brother probably was beating up on you a bit when you were younger. Anything come to mind?
That's a hard question, but I think, like Anders said, we have a lot of experience from youth tournaments and playing in like the finals and that kind of stuff. And also we have been watching like the stars like Ricardo and Dalhouser since we were really young.
So you watch a lot of video, or did you guys get to actually go to tournaments ever?
We watched a little video, but also the Stavanger tournament is one of, I think that's one of the reasons I starting to like, I want to play professional beach volleyball. When I saw the World Championship in Stavanger, I was like in love with this game. The crowd, the sport, it was like so crazy. But I also think we're kind of, it's hard to explain, but when I play, if I get blocked, I just don't, or if I get blocked, I always think about why did I get blocked. I'm just hitting, and next time I also just hitting. I try to see what the blocker do and try to remember and try to learn from every part of the game. I think we have an open mind to learn through every match and every training.
We're definitely good when it comes to like communicating and making good plans and trying to like see the whole game and not follow like one tactic from the start. We try to just see how every game goes and adapt to it. And also I think it helped a lot that we talked a lot of volleyball when we were at home with our parents. We discussed many different things, so that kind of prepared us to these tough matches. And also we're two really calm guys, and we match each other very well there, and it's easy for us to get along on the court, and that chemistry is really, I think that's really important. And we're smart volleyball players. We know a lot of things, and we have watched a lot of volleyball in our life, and also like on where we have been watching on YouTube, but also like on live when we saw the players play in Stavanger and around the world.
That seems like the biggest factor that I don't know if people are missing, but like when I see the success that you guys had, there's a lot of people watch, especially you, Anders, like physically you up at the net, you're getting up pretty high, maybe higher than almost anyone in the world, like the Phils and all those guys, and a lot of people might attribute it to that, a lot of your success. But I think right there what you guys said, that you guys study the game and constantly trying to learn, that's probably the thing that's really pushing you guys over the top.
We always try to develop, and we know that we can always improve our game. And now, even though we're number 1 in the world, we have so much to improve, and we want to keep pushing our level. And that's our motivation as well. We want to see how good we can become, and that's we want to push the sport to a higher level.
How do you have you got? I mean, we still have one more event of this season, but how do you raise the bar, or set the bar for yourself going into next year? I don't know if you've thought about it yet, or if you want to, but I think the greats are always able to. They don't need anyone to be chasing. They're setting their own bar and keep raising their own bar. But I think that's a whole new challenge. So it might be a fun challenge for you guys coming up.
Yeah, because we have always been pushing against we have always tried to practice with the best teams that we can, and now we are the best team. So now we have to like find we of course we have to try to practice with the other teams, but I think that if we just really focus on things to improve on practice, I think that's going to be really a key to improve more. And there's no recipe.
There's a lot of good teams out there, so there's always some teams that can challenge you on different things, and you just have to learn from each and every team you play against.
Right.
The first time.
I was hoping you guys would be cocky and thinking you're going to be the shit next year and then go downhill, but damn, sounds like a pretty good mindset.
The first time that I'd really seen you guys play was when you were here in Huntington in May, and you played John Mayer and Trevor Crabb, and you knocked him out. And I asked John, I walked by him in the players tent and just asked, about you guys, and he said that Anders, that he reminded him of Phil Dahlhauser, which is like the highest compliment an American can pay another blocker. And I know that you guys weren't quite at the level that you are now, just because it took you like halfway through the season to start winning. I think Stad was your first win, right? What's the difference between your game in Huntington when you were on the cusp of winning and in Stad where you went Sunday, back to back to back and won 3 in a row?
I feel like in May also we had some really good matches, and I think the level kind of was there, but I think the consistency to maintain the consistency and contain the level over whole tournament. We played good in the pool play. First round we played good. Second round we can just lose against a team that was kind of the rank was worse than the opponent we beat yesterday, and I think that's the main thing this season, that the last couple of months that we can win the matches even though we are not playing our best, and we can find a solution during the game to win the match. I think that's one of the key points for this.
I went back and watched all of the matches that were available from Stad the other day, and so I started with your semifinal against Taylor and Jake and Christian. I kind of just want to start with that dig at, I think, 14-13?
Yeah.
So Taylor has a cut shot for match, and I mean, you guys were in a semifinal, and a Norwegian team hadn't won a beach volleyball medal since '97, I think.
Years.
And so Anders, like, that was like your whole life. Like, they hadn't won a medal, and you guys were right there. Like, how do you stay mentally composed on a stage like that when you're in a spot that a Norwegian team literally hasn't been since you guys could talk?
That's crazy.
But I think they didn't think of that.
No,
If they would have thought of that, they probably would have gotten their heads.
Yeah, we did not think about that at all. You can't think about that at all, because then you will lose, and or it's gonna be harder to win for sure. You have to like stay in your own bubble.
You just don't gotta think, you just gotta do at that point.
I like that.
Mm.
But yeah, we I don't know. it's difficult, but I think we just really just think about what we're gonna do out there, and not we don't think about the crowd. We don't think about what if we win, and what can happen if we win, and everything about that. We just think about our game and the next ball and what we're gonna do, and try to make a plan for every ball. So we are really, when you see the videos, we are really calm and really focused, and you see not that many emotions from us. We are a team like that, but I think that also helps us. That's also why we're strong.
Yeah, we also had a little bit of luck.
We also have a
Oh, no, that's a
right
good
there.
dig.
Was a little bit of luck.
Because I usually don't dive like that, and with my right hand, I think my eyes was almost closed. That was a good
Christian
one.
never touches his chest to the gun. If you study Christian's technique, he'll always dig a ball and it'll go on his hands or his elbows and then on his knees. He'll never touch the sand with his
He doesn't
ball.
want to get
But
sand.
for that ball, he was all the way in one face in the sand. Like, got it up with one hand. It was probably, that was maximum effort for one point.
That was-
Paid off.
I get nervous when I watch the video now.
Normally, I get more sandy than you after the games. Like my shirt can be like completely wet and full of sand. Kristen is like
Clean.
super clean.
Squeaky clean.
It's called smarter.
Yeah, really. I mean, that blows my mind, because I remember Hayden and I were opposite. He'd always look at me after, and I have no sand on me, but I'm a blocker. So I'm like, well, it's because I'm blocking balls, or I don't know. But for a defender not to get sandy, that's some good footwork or something.
Something.
Something's good.
It's funny though that you mentioned how calm you were, because that was what I was thinking when I was watching your final against Herrera and Gavira, which, I mean, you guys went up like 18-11, I think, in the second, and it was really just like the rest of it was just a matter of time till you won it. And this is for like a gold medal, and it looked like you guys, it was like 1-1 in like just a random tournament and not 3 points away from like winning the biggest tournament of the year. Where do you get that mental composure from? Because like, you know, I don't know how much AVP you guys watched, or if you know Ed Ratledge, but so he's been playing AVP for 20 plus years, and he was in the finals in San Francisco, and on match point he was like bouncing around and jumping, and you could tell like how stoked he was to be so close to his first win, and he ended up winning. But you guys, you treated it so differently, and I mean it worked for Ed, and then this one worked for you guys. So where do you get this mental composure from? Because that's got to be tough to have so early in your young careers.
Yeah, I think that's something that's really special about us, that we have that mental composure, and that we can stay so calm in tight situations. But I think it just grows on us when we had a lot of confidence in that tournament, and we built a lot of confidence in that tournament, and we used that confidence in the next tournaments. I think that's also why we did so well. But Christian is always ice cold when it comes to the tight situations. He has always been like that, and he loves to get the side outs when it's close.
So that's why I spike bad on the warm up. Just because I wanted to get the serves.
But I have had a little trouble with it before. I struggle a lot with closing games, and I thought I didn't like it, but now I have gotten used to it, and I have been in the situation many times, or I have learned a lot. So I think we're just using our knowledge now to and putting it into our game, and I don't know. It's hard to find answer on that question, but I think that's what I have to say.
And winning one of the big tournaments is one thing, and you guys won back to back to back. Did it, because that's success that's really difficult to sustain, not just 3 tournaments in a row, but then a little bit later you guys were back in the finals in San Jose in an equally loaded field. So how do you continue to sustain that success without getting big-headed and without sort of slacking off a little bit? Anders, you mentioned that your confidence rose with each one. But still, I mean, you're playing against the best in the world, which, you know, Brouwer and Mewson can beat anybody. I think there's probably 10 teams on the World Tour that could probably win any given weekend. Yeah. Sustaining that had to be pretty difficult. I'm just curious, like, how did you stay mentally engaged that whole time?
I think short-time memory, maybe.
Yeah.
For me, I don't think much about, like, the previous week, or I don't think about that we won the last tournament, that we are ranked higher than before.
That's because it takes like 3 weeks for the FIVB check to show up in your bank account.
That's exactly.
It's perfect. 3 week delay, and then it shows up. Oh shit, that's nice.
So for me, I don't think much about like the previous tournaments, and still for me now, when you tell me that you won like 4 tournaments in a row, I still almost can't believe it, because it's so crazy to win. If you ask me in May if anybody will win 4 tournaments in a row, I would say no. No teams will do that, because the level in the FIVB Tour is so good now. Teams from the qualifiers go to the finals.
Teams from the qualifiers, they win.
Yeah, exactly. In Shanghai or something.
In Berlin.
Oh yeah.
Berlin, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and also Qatar. They played Qatar played the qualification in Vienna, and they got 3rd or something.
Right.
So the level and it's so high. So I don't know. You just play and focus on playing, and also you get confidence while you're winning, and you're not thinking so much. You just play and it works.
You're just having fun. Like the last 3 tournaments, we just had a lot of fun, and we really enjoyed playing. And it's not been like, it's been a struggle. Before we were really grinding, and but now it's been like just fun, and we enjoyed it, and we were really relaxed. I think that was huge.
Nice. Hendrik, what's your year looking like in terms of? I know you were playing. You're on the tour. You're kind of just helping out towards the tail end here. Your partner is nowhere to be found. Is that?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He's still in Norway. He's doing some indoor stuff.
Ah, okay.
I suspect there's some lady stuff going on, but we don't know yet. We haven't confronted him about it. But
there's always a lady.
Yeah,
when you're missing.
But it's off season for us. He had an injury in the Norwegian Championships that he's kind of been nursing since. He didn't feel that ready to play here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm nursing my ankle injury that I got when I was playing in Hawaii 1.5 years ago. So we're just taking a little break now, taking some time off because there's no rush for us. It would just have been this Las Vegas tournament for us to play in anyways.
But you guys are trying to go full time next year, right?
Oh yeah, we are. We went to all the same tournaments as these guys this year and had a pretty busy summer.
Mm-hmm.
And we will go 100% going into next year.
And you guys are all going to Spain or Tenerife? Is it?
Yeah, we go to the same training camps. It's usually in Tenerife, which is south, some islands.
Canary
Islands, south of Spain, outside of Africa.
And a lot of teams go there, right?
A lot of European teams go there.
Right.
That's like their main practice grounds. And,
I wouldn't mind checking that out one day.
Yeah, you guys are always welcome.
I'm trying to create the Hawaii off-season training camp, but it's not quite ready.
You know we're always down for that.
Yeah, exactly. You guys will be one of the first calls.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, since you're a local boy, of course.
Yeah,
you got to have someone that speaks a little pidgin.
Yeah, exactly. Translator. Yes, translator game.
And so this past winter, I covered the Winter Olympics. So like half my stories were about Norwegian Winter Olympians winning gold medals. And now you guys are taking over the beach too. Is there anyone who's bad at anything?
Snow volleyball. Snow volleyball is the next thing.
Well, like team sports. We discussed this earlier outside of the podcast, but like team sports with big teams are hard to do in Norway because we're not that many people. So what we tend to do is specialize into individual sports.
Mm-hmm.
Most winter sports are usually individual. There's not a lot of team sports. Team sports involving more than like 5 people, it's hard to do. Like soccer, soccer is popular in Norway, like Christian said, but we're not too good in soccer. Our traditions are not too good because I don't really know why, but
because it's freezing half the time.
Yeah, well, that doesn't help either. We actually have we're really good at handball in Norway, but it's not a big sport, but we're pretty good at
handball is cool. That's a really cool sport.
It's a cool sport. It's really fun to watch.
I remember when I played in Turkey, they would be handball practice after our practice. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. That's that does not exist in the U.S. Most people that are listening probably don't know what that is.
No, they're probably confused.
It's like indoor soccer, but with your hands.
Yeah, it's kind of like basketball, too,
Yeah,
because you dribble the ball.
I guess I just explained basketball.
And then
you have to dribble though?
Yeah, you have to dribble the ball.
You can take like 2 steps.
2 steps.
More steps, right?
Yeah, if you do 3, you're gonna get called.
Okay, 2 steps, yeah.
So it's kind of like that, and kind of like water polo in a sense, because you have a goal that you're trying to aim at, and you go like.
And you have the guards.
Indoor soccer, basketball,
wrestling,
water polo,
and also wrestling because they like wrestle each other. It's a pretty rough.
It's a pretty rad sport, and it's like hockey because you're in it's like boarded off, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not boarded off.
Oh, it's not.
But you can get penalties like 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
Penalties if you do some bad stuff.
Well, what about hockey in Norway? You guys got to be good at hockey, right?
Decent.
It's improving.
Yeah, it's decent. We have some players in the NHL. Mats Zuccarello for the New York Rangers, is that it? He's good, but it's like also winter sport. So in Norway we use a lot of funding. A lot of funding goes to winter sports, but not to the summer sports that much. But there's been a trend in recent years. There's been some good athletes in the summer sport arena, like track and field.
Track and field and rowing. Has been huge.
Rowing is also.
Right on.
What other sports did you guys play growing up? I know that you mentioned you were big into soccer for a while. Is basketball big? Like, what are some other, or is it just like volleyball is that number 1 over there?
For us?
Yeah.
I played soccer and I know it's
You played you did a little track and field, didn't you?
track and field was maybe 5 months, I think.
Oh, okay.
Because my father was
High jumper.
a high jumper and diathlon. No,
The decathlon?
Decathlon.
Decathlon.
There we go.
Decathlon. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So that's the sport I've been doing.
Yeah, and also for us, we all, of course did some soccer, but we come from a really small village. Like we have 500 inhabitants
Wow.
in our village, so it's super small, but really beautiful.
Just like surrounded by forest and beach volleyball courts.
Forest and fjord and mountains, and we actually have 6 beach volleyball courts in our
What's the town called?
Strandvik.
Strandvik.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Strand has to be. We have to live a place where it's called Strand, or the ToppVolley school. It's at Sand.
The town is called Sand.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's crazy. No, but we didn't do that much other sports.
Well, we tried. We did some tennis. There's like tennis courts in our hometown, and we played a lot of bandy. Is that what we call it?
Badminton.
Oh yeah,
Bandy,
floorball. Floorball, I think.
floorball,
I don't know.
land hockey.
I don't know if we have that. Oh, like
Like roller hockey?
It's like
land hockey.
it's land hockey, but it's smaller.
Field hockey.
Field hockey.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
we call it.
There we go.
I think.
Yeah, I think it's like
nobody
exclusively
plays that anymore.
Yeah, well, field hockey's big for girls on the East Coast.
Oh,
It's-
really?
Yeah.
So it's like
But I
field
don't know.
hockey for girls and lacrosse for men.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Something
okay,
like that.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm
But it's
West
like
Coast
it's
guy.
like field hockey indoors on a smaller.
Okay.
Smaller
That's
court.
fine.
We did some of that stuff, and
Good cardio.
no winter sports really. We didn't do much winter sports. We're never good at that. Or-
Yeah.
Hendrik
I was never
Hendrik
good
hated
at it.
skiing because he couldn't get the hang of it. But
Yeah, I was just curious because basketball is probably the biggest crossover sport that you see between the volleyball players now. Like a lot of the old school guys, like Mike Dodd was a professional basketball player, and then before he switched over to volleyball, and there's a lot of that in the
Yeah,
U.S.
yeah.
So I was curious if there was any trend overseas.
yeah, you have Buttinger and you have Jefferson here.
Luke Walton.
Yeah, Luke Walton.
I think Alexander Samoilov's played basketball
played
a lot.
basketball.
Yeah. I think he played pro as well, right? Like
I'm not sure.
Might
Maybe
have
a little
been.
bit, yeah.
I'm not sure.
But I
Yeah,
think basketball is kind of big in Latvia.
yeah, and the Baltic
In Norway,
countries.
basketball is really small,
Yeah.
and volleyball and beach volleyball is also not very big sport. So
It's on the rise.
yeah,
I know you guys haven't been home in a while, but what is it like coming home now? I mean, are you almost like Norwegian celebrities now when you come back home?
No, it's been a lot more media attention than ever before, and we can feel that we are more famous than before. You can see people recognizing us on the street.
wow.
So that's pretty cool. But it's not like a life changer or anything.
Yeah.
We're still down to earth people, and we don't take off by any means. So I think that's really important for us.
Well, there's only 500 people in your town, so
Yeah,
you just got to go up one Instagram post, and
exactly.
everyone's gonna know.
Now we've held you boys here for a while, and then you have a flight to Vegas to catch. Is there anything else that you want to bring up or talk about? Make sure that we chatted about before we let you get up and hopefully make a final in Vegas?
We can ask Try how it is to be back on the tour.
Ah, yeah.
We
nice.
have been talking. We have been
Coming
talking
off of
enough.
a win.
Yeah,
A win
exactly.
in China.
Yeah,
That's
huge.
I might just call it here. Just end right there, and my win percentage is great.
Yeah, right now you're number 1 in the world on the Olympic.
I know. It feels pretty good. I might
Yeah,
pull
yeah.
out of Vegas and go through the whole off season. Actually, no, then I would lose it. No, it's been pretty awesome. I've spent a lot of time sitting here and hanging out with Travis. And a lot of times in this room, actually, my living room and dining area, when I wasn't playing, I'm doing a lot of talking. So it's been fun to do the walking instead of the
Yeah.
talking now. And it's pretty crazy how familiar it feels out there. I've said that a few times, where it's like, you'd think at taking 2 years off, you go out there and be like, oh crap, like it's too fast. But just watching, and it's kind of like you guys growing up. You guys said you watched a lot, and then it seems like by the time you got to the World Tour, it was
Naturally.
It's natural. You're used to the pace, and for me, I kind of just feel like staying close to the sport, watching, talking like this on the podcast, and doing the broadcasting helped me a lot. And man, it's a lot more fun now.
Yeah.
It was for sure some somewhat depressing times not playing and not being an athlete anymore, but it's been fun, and it's crazy. Like last time I played, you guys were in like your coming out game, and then now next time I play, you guys are the top team in the world. Like what the hell happened while I was gone? No, but I'm excited, and the World Tour is, like you said earlier, it's probably the best it's ever been. So I'm excited to, we won a 3-star, which is, I'm not going to downplay that at all. It's a World Tour event, and it's a tough one as well.
Sure.
But I'm excited to get out and start playing against all the 4 or 5-star players like you guys in Vegas, and I'm sure Hendrik will be right there next year. We'll all be battling, and it's
It'll
really
be a
fun.
season.
Yeah, I'm excited for next season for sure. Maybe some. First, I mean, we all got to just go take care of Vegas, and there's probably not a better place to end the year than in Vegas.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
And you guys are both 20, or you're 21, 22, so you guys are all clear.
All good.
Made a little extra money in the World Tour final. You might want to look that one up and see how much they made in that one. They're gonna have a good party in Vegas for sure.
Drinks on us.
All right. Oh, perfect.
Or,
You said it.
I'm not spending my money on other people.
I said it for both of us. I'm not gonna take that bill alone.
Bottle service. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. What other kind of things stood out to you guys this year on tour? Just having fun, enjoying. I know you guys said Hawaii was a good one, and something else we gotta talk about is your guys' YouTube page.
Oh yeah.
You're doing a video right now. We'll see what you guys come up with that, and we'll have to have our listeners go check that out. But I think it's been pretty cool. Obviously, I've been doing stuff on the side, media-wise, that I want to continue now that I'm a player. But you guys started a YouTube page that's been pretty successful and pretty popular while you're playing. Talk a little bit about that and why you're doing it and what you're doing and how people can follow along. I watched the Hawaii one the other day. You guys did a vlog about your trips around, like what you're talking about, your trip around Oahu, which I thought was very entertaining.
Nice. Kristen, you want to do?
No,
I'll take you.
The names are the Beachvolley Vikings, which I love because everybody knows I'm
check
a
it out,
Vikings fan. And Anders just had my Minnesota Vikings helmet on.
Yeah, I'm just hired as an actor.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. Hendrik and Anders, they run the camera, and Christian's the face guy. He doesn't worry about that.
He's the actor.
Yeah,
He's better in
hired
front.
in
It's only acting.
Yeah, it's only acting.
No, we started this YouTube channel quite recently. We did a lot of vlogs in Norwegian before because we just wanted to show our
just
lifestyle.
not vlogs, but just like
like travel videos,
practice diaries. We would call them travel videos and stuff like that for our Facebook page, because we've been on Facebook for a while, and that was like our audience, because it's only like the Norwegian people that go on there to watch. So we wanted to expand it to reach more people. And so we decided to do them in English, like the same stuff that we did, and also put a little more work into it. And we got a better camera. We learned how to edit videos, and it just like grew from there, kind of. And now it's something that's a part of what we do, because the media stuff is really important for a beach volleyballer, because there's not that much coverage. You don't get that much coverage.
Right, we don't have
media.
The ESPN covering us every day like other sports do. So we need to do it ourselves for sure.
Exactly. So
yeah, we want to grow the sport, and we want to make the sport bigger in Norway and also like in the whole world. And we really love this lifestyle, and we think it's something a lot more people can have a relation to.
something you want to share.
Yeah, so I think the potential for beach volleyball in the future is really big, because it's a spectacular sport. And I think it's really important that we are doing what we're doing with the YouTube channel, the McKibbins, what they're doing with the YouTube channel, what you guys are doing with the podcast. I think we just have to really cooperate together and try to make the sport bigger and
now
more
we just
visual.
need some big investors.
Yeah.
Anyone out there?
So if you know any big investors that wants to actually help sport, Olympic sport,
The athletes are on board.
links are below.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's huge, and I think it's really important. It also sets, McKibbin's doing it, you guys doing it, us doing something of that nature. It's just, Melissa from Canada, she started doing something, Kelly Reeves, and I think it's starting a trend, especially for the up-and-coming athletes. It's kind of setting a standard of we need to get ourselves out there and promote ourselves, do a little work outside of volleyball, even though we are very busy. Just what needs to be done, and it's going to help the sport grow, but we're also going to make a much better living in the long run, I think, because people have more access to us. And like you said, like if we can collaborate, everyone that is doing it can collaborate like we are today. We're doing a video and a audio version of it. Sky's the limit. I was talking the other day, like dreaming like we could be like surfers and just get paid to not even be on tour and just travel the world and make videos. So
that's the life after the beach volleyball career.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the goal.
Yeah, you guys need to for sure. Everyone check out their YouTube page, Beachvolley Vikings.
Yes.
And what about you guys' personal pages, Instagram, or like how can people follow you personally? If someone was more attracted to one of you than the other, then they can maybe just follow you individually.
We'll send them Christian's way. Christian's big on Instagram.
Yeah, my name is Christian Sorum.
There it is, right on.
Desperate.
I don't.
No, but we post a lot on Instagram. That's our main page, and we have gotten a lot more followers this year than ever before. I think we both gained like almost 10,000. But we don't say no to more followers.
Yeah, exactly. Sponsors like that. And speaking of sponsors, those of you who are listening and not watching this, these boys are now wearing Red Bull hats. They weren't hat guys before, so their look is definitely different, but they're both repping Red Bull real well now. And as you know, if you know the sport, only the elite athletes get that sponsorship. So congrats on that, boys.
Thank you so much.
I think
huge.
The Dutch boys, Phil Dahlhauser. The Dutch team is number 2 in the world, right? So
Yeah.
So Red Bull now has the top 2 teams in the world,
They
plus
have
Phil
Nicola
Dahlhauser,
Lupo. They also
Nikolai Lupo.
Krasilico. They have Bruno and
Russian.
Allison. And,
Yep. Pretty much all the top
Got
guys.
the whole world covered. They picked their spots.
they did.
I thought it was cool too that because not a whole lot of people know that Red Bull, you can't buy their hats. That so when you see someone wearing a Red Bull hat, that means they're a signed athlete or endorsed by them. Because I remember I saw you guys in San Jose, and that lady was like, "Where'd you get those hats? They're awesome." Right. Can't get them. Sorry.
Yeah, that's pretty genius, actually.
Yeah, they're good at marketing.
Yeah, Sam is the the tri hats. They're really hard to come by. Actually, no, they're just patches. Anyone that wants one can have one. Hendrik, how can people follow you?
Well, I need more followers than these guys, so it's just at Hendrik and Mole.
There you
These
go.
guys have thousands of followers.
Yours
I'm
is
still
more
trying to build
entertaining, I'm sure.
one. Yeah, it is.
You got the third person.
It's more genuine.
Okay,
It's more
perfect.
genuine. There's more like business like now.
Oh, the big time Red Bull guys.
Yeah, a lot more casual. So go follow that if you want to.
If you're into some pigeon, then go follow him.
Yeah, if you're something.
Yeah, the Norwegian Hawaiian.
Yeah.
I like it. It's like opposite of
Hawaiian Viking.
Yeah.
Viking. I like that.
Viking.
Last comments. So you guys, at the end of every show, we kind of ask if you guys. What's our question? If you guys could give advice to an up-and-comer or another avid beach volleyball fan, what would your advice to those youngsters be?
My advice would be just play a lot and have a lot of fun when you're playing. Don't be too serious. Just learn the game by having a lot of fun.
Yeah, same as Kristen. It's really important to have fun, and if you're having so much fun that you want to like become professional, you're gonna take that step eventually, I think. So just play a lot and try to bring your friends with you, and try to get more people into volleyball.
That's good.
No, but just try to just have a lot of fun, and yeah.
Just watch our vlogs. It's a great lifestyle. No.
A lot of promotion in this video.
Watch our vlog.
Too much.
Hendrik,
No, for me, just watch some video on these guys. Like we also post their games with the pauses cut, so it's just like
20
play
minutes.
after play after play.
yeah, that's the way to watch.
I've made a lot of use of that. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
So if you want to, like, we post all of our games, or almost all of our games, and it's great learning from these guys. These guys are great athletes, and they have some of the best technique in the game. So check them out for sure. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys hanging out. I know it's been a whirlwind of the past month and a half here in the U.S., so thanks for taking the time to hang out with us. I know you guys have been doing a ton of media stuff, too. You hung out with the McKibbins for a little bit, I saw the other day. I know Volleyball Mag has a big feature coming out before Vegas, so thanks for the time. Good luck out in Vegas. So far, this has been the Good Luck Podcast. I mean, Try came out and got a win.
Yep.
We credit the podcast entirely. Even Trevor's
Exactly.
getting wins.
Never Trevor.
So thanks, boys. Enjoy the rest of the trip in the U.S. and good luck out in Vegas.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. What up, Beachvolley Viking fans? You're here listening to the Sandcast with Bourne and
Travis Mewhirter.
Are you saying stuff?
Check out the Sandcast Podcast. We had your boys on this afternoon here in Cali before we head off to Vegas, and some good
Links are
stuff.
below.
Links will be in the description.
Yes.
Where,
Go
Christian?
check it out. Yeah, it was a really, really good conversation. Make sure to check out their channel and give them. Can you like subscribe to?
Yeah, it's a YouTube channel.
You subscribe on. Oh yeah, we have a
Subscribe
YouTube channel,
podcast.
but to the podcast app on your
Oh yeah.
iPhone usually.
Oh, okay.
You can subscribe. You can figure it out. Sandcast Podcast.
You're a smart guy.
subscribe.
Figure it out.
You got it.